This is Al. Um, I've got in front of me I think it's a 1971 Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL 3.5. I bought it from a friend of mine who's a mechanic, and I've been trying to buy this car for some time now, but he's only just gotten around to agreeing to sell it to me. I think he had intentions to do something with it, and he's just been very busy and never had the time. I just wiped it down very briefly. It was covered in dust so that you guys could see, what I've got, and it's not really too pretty. It's it's had some major hail damage. I do remember it as running when he first got it, but it wasn't running when I picked it up. I think there was a fuel tank leak, so I'll address that, as I go through the car. But anyway, it's the main reason I bought it is because I love 109s, and I also have always wanted a 3.5. I've had a 350 SLC in the past. I've never had a 109 with a 3.5. I've had a 280 SEL 4.5. 4.5s are okay. They're not bad cars, but they feel kind of sluggish. And by contrast, my 350 SLC was really lively. So I've heard that these cars, unlike the 350 SLCs, these cars come with a 4-speed automatic rather than a 3-speed. And by all accounts, I've heard that these cars are a lot livelier than a 4.5. I love the color scheme. It's cognac on the inside, black on the outside. Somebody put a rev counter from a 6.3 in there, which is kind of neat. But it's had some pretty major hail damage, which is pretty much how my friend got it and how I got it. Obviously the easiest way to fix every panel is to replace it, and I'm fortunate enough to have a 280 SEL parts car that has a good trunk lid and a good hood and a good set of fenders that will do exactly that. But you can see, it's kind of gruesome. The challenge really will be when you get to the roof, and I can count at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, yeah, definitely more than 30. Hail dings on it, some major. So I don't think this is a candidate for PDR, but we'll figure something out. The trunk lid can be replaced again, and that's a good thing. Quarter panels are also pretty badly dinged up from the top. The doors made it. The door seemed okay. The only thing I see is, on the chrome or the aluminum strip, there's a couple of dings, but the doors themselves seem like they weren't that badly impacted, which is really good. I lost the windshield and the back glass. The back glass has got a crack on it, but I have a spare windshield, and more importantly, I have a spare back glass that's of a 300 SEL. The 280 SEL back glass is a little bit different because the heating elements are visible on the 280 SEL. What else can I say about it? The interior's rough. The seats need recovering, and that's fine. People sell seat covers for these things. The headline is in good shape, which is kind of amazing. But the headline is actually in pretty good shape. It's got the lumbar support on the back of the passenger seat. I don't see it on the driver's seat, which is kind of odd, but there you go. And the air suspension seems to want to go up on the back, but not so much on the front. What I've done is I used an air compressor and aired up the tank. And guys, if you own an air suspension car, get one of these valve adapters. They're used for these dual axle, dually pickup trucks, so that you can air up the back wheels. And if you buy a pair of them, they're about 7 inches in length. So if you buy a pair of them and join them together, it makes airing up these cars, if they're not running, really easy. You know, it's just basically an extension. So you can just basically plug in your airline and just air the system up. You know, the front valves don't seem to want to raise, but the back valves do, which is a good thing. Dash appears to be in nice shape, really. There's maybe a couple of little cracks, but nothing horrible. The wood's okay. You know, it needs refinishing, but it's not. You know, it's not peeling apart or anything else like that, which is nice. That's really it. You know, it's a very quick walk around. It's a new project, one of my many new projects, and I've too many new projects and not enough time. But you know, it's a fun one. I think I can. This one's kind of in my wheelhouse. You know, I think I can get it running pretty quickly. I think I can, you know, swap out the panels pretty quickly, cut the you know the fenders in, cut the hood in, and then take it to a pro to get it painted. I wouldn't paint it myself. It looks like it's going to be too much work to do. You know, too much detail work to do the hull repair and everything else like that. It's beyond my skill sets. If it was just a paint job, I think I could do it, but this is a lot of body work. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, follow my YouTube page and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be giving you updates on this one and on the White 6.3 amongst some other projects. Thanks very much.